Who likes to do the heavy lifting?
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.
Probably neither of us. So welcome to the Inside Track. I'm Yetta Decker.
I'm Ken Decker.
And this is another episode where we share techniques, thoughts, and tools that we all need. We all deserve, you, I, everyone, so we can make our house home where our families thrive and we live the best life possible. And we don't have to do the heavy lifting.
Yeah, but you know who does like doing heavy lifting?
Mm-hmm. His name is Leon Brown.
Yes.
Come on down.
Yes, and I don't even remember what kind of powerlifting he does, but he lifts. I've seen him lift like something almost as heavy as a house.
I don't think so. Maybe a car.
It's crazy.
Maybe a car, not
it's
a
crazy
house.
how much he lifts. Anyways, I think Bill used to do that too.
He did. So what you're going to learn on this episode is how to let the real estate market do the heavy lifting for you.
Oh,
So
that's
you
cool.
don't have to.
I like when someone else does the heavy lifting for me.
Me too.
So how's that work? Let's see. So really what you're saying is whether it's your personal home
Or your investment property.
or an investment property.
Or a commercial property, actually.
Ooh, yes, real estate,
Yeah.
commercial real estate.
Uh-huh. All
So
kinds.
all of that, as the market lifts, it's kind of like, I got an analogy.
Oh, surprise,
I love
surprise.
analogies. It's like when you go down to the locks and you see the big boats. They're huge boats, very, very heavy. They let water in and the water does the heavy lifting. It lifts the boat.
And whether it's a little boat or a big boat, the water still does the heavy lifting. And it's the same thing with the real estate market. Whether it's a little house, a big house, or an in-between house, whether it's commercial real estate or investment real estate or just the home you're living in. And I say just, almost like
just.
that's like a bad thing. And it kind of is a bad thing to just have your residential house, because then the lifting isn't done for you multiple times by the market.
Ooh, so if you have more boats in the lock, the market lifts them all at the same time. And so if you have more properties, I'm getting excited about this. More properties, the market lifts them all up and you make more money.
Right. And the reason the market does the lifting is it actually functions at a higher rate. And this is Ottawa. So if you're listening from around the world, we can absolutely introduce you to great realtors around the world. We've got connections. Want a connection? We got a connection in real estate for you. It's kind of out the back door. No, it's not out the back door. It's not. No, we have connections. And what's amazing is in real estate, when it market goes up, especially in the Ottawa market. So I cannot tell you this is true for every city around the world because it isn't.
No, because like the lock raises boats and lowers boats, real estate market can be cyclical, can go up and down, maybe not as volatile as, say, the stock market.
Not near as volatile, generally speaking, and certainly not the Ottawa market. The Ottawa market has this prize position, I'm going to call it. Prize position in the Ottawa market and surrounding areas, and that is over a 50-year period. It has only gone down 3 years. To do three fingers? Yeah, I almost did two. 3 years. But then we were talking 0.5% to 2%. So next to nothing. And that was in the mid-90s. And so the incredible thing with the Ottawa market is it consistently outperforms the rate of inflation. So that's why it does the heavy lifting. If inflation fluctuates somewhere on either side of 2%, typically, the Ottawa real estate market tends to, on average, fluctuate just or increase by over 4%, between 4 and 5.
Yeah.
And the last 5 years, you want a tip, secret, an inside scoop?
Yeah, well, most of that's happened in the last 18 months.
It has.
But it's gone up
and-
7.8%.
On average, year over year for the last 5 years.
You know what? You could use the rule of 72 in this case. The rule of 72 is just a general estimation procedure. And you take 72 and divide it by the rate of return, which is, we're saying 7.8. And for ease of calculations, I'm going to round up to 8. 8 goes into 72. How many times,
I
Yetta?
don't know a few.
9.
I know. I'm just
You knew
playing.
that. So 9 years for your investment to double.
Which is incredible. That is the market doing the heavy lifting.
Yes. So if it continued at 8% over 9 years, your value you paid for your house will be double. So if you pay 400 or 500, it will be 800 or $1 million.
I know, which is incredible. And we had a property. This is kind of one of those stories where you kind of want to buy real estate and hold on to it. Like
Yes.
real estate is, I mean, unless you buy a property that you can change the use or you can do some major renovation and it's a good flip, that does certainly happen in the Ottawa market. And a lot of times the best approach to real estate is something called a buy and hold.
Yes.
Buy and hold. And we bought a property. We held it for 5 years. Sounds like a good length of time. And it went from $319,000 up to $390,000. So not a bad return. There's cost to sell it. There's fees. There's legal. There's land transfer and all that. So we net $60,000 or thereabouts, between $50,000 and $60,000. Not bad. In the next 18 months, kind of wish I still owned it 18 months later. Like really had wished I'd hung on to it just like 18 months longer because it sold for over $500,000 the next time.
We kind of giggled when we saw it come on the market and thought,
At 5.25, we went, they crazy people.
well, 575.
575
That was a
originally.
little.
That was out to lunch. It had not gone up to the better part of 6. So we went, no. Got that all wrong. And they did. And it still sold at over $500,000. So real estate does the heavy lifting for you in a stable market. If you're not in a stable market, talk to your local expert. Let us introduce you to somebody in your local market because that is really important too.
So what you're saying is that it was $100,000. We didn't lose it. We
No,
lost
we
the opportunity to make it because we got out of the real estate market.
Not out of just in that, house.
one house.
We
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
get out of the real estate market. Hello.
No.
This is like the thing we do, and this is what we're about. So it's significant to think that over the last year, we've actually seen a lot of that increase.
Yeah, because normally at the 7.8%, a $500,000 house is going to go up just shy of $40,000, about $39,000. It's going to go up in value. And this last 18 months to 12 months, it's been running around 20-25%, depending on the house. And so really a $400,000 townhouse now is selling over $500,000. So over a 25% increase. But that's $100,000. That's more than a lot of people make in a whole year's salary. And the market earned them that. If it's a principal resident, earned them tax-free. If it's a rental property, earned it at capital gains tax, which is half the normal rate. And you don't pay the tax until you sell.
Oh.
So, wow, that's just wow.
I know. That's why the real estate market does the heavy lifting for you because of this whole taxation, the favorable tax rate or no tax rate, and the prices go up above the rate of inflation.
And you need a place to live anyways, right?
Right. Got to live somewhere. Might as well keep
you
the money
can't-
for yourself.
I saw a sign once that said you cannot live in an RRSP.
You cannot. So we don't want to wait to buy real estate. We want to buy real estate and wait. We're grateful to be your partners on the journey of growing wealth through real estate.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the